Today is October 30th, 2021. This is Mordecai, host of the updates, bringing you your daily Elden Ring update. There's a tiny bit of news about Elden Ring today. So yesterday we talked about Elden Ring getting an exhibit at a convention in Lucca, Italy. But since then, people have had time to go to the convention and grab a ton of pictures and footage for us to look at. So let's go over it. So for context, From Software are no strangers to having promotional statues at public events. Having done things like the Cleric Beast display coming out of a wall, a Dark Souls 3 blood fountain at E3, old monk statues at certain events, and many other instances. So it's nice that we finally got one for Elden Ring here at this convention. This was in the Bandai Namco area of the con, where apparently they had playable versions of their games like Scarlet Nexus and Tales of Arise. But apparently the Elden Ring display only had the statue and the poster behind it. Something cool though, with the wall poster in the background, is that if you scan the QR code on the side of it, it leads you to this page from which you can choose a game to collect your reward, courtesy of the convention. If you choose Elden Ring, it gives you a printable bookmark, and that's honestly pretty cool. As for the Valkyrie herself, there's some things to note about its design. Namely, we get a closer look at her rotted arm and face, which kind of remind me of the grayscale disease in George R. R. Martin's franchise. Grayscale was a fatal disease marked by its texture of a cracked greystone, and it kind of looks similar here. There also seems to be a mechanism that can connect her arm to the sword. And this could be a signal of a trick weapon, but I honestly think this is just a byproduct of trying to make the statue more convenient to move around, as opposed to making them separate, as it doesn't really make sense to me to give her a functional hand if the sword is just one and the same with it. But if you do look closely at her hand, it appears that there's a mark of a ring there, and if you look at the E3 trailer, you'll notice it much more clearly. It's very odd to put a ring on your thumb, but it's an interesting detail to include nonetheless. Aside from her arm, it looks like her legs and feet are also prosthetic. And I wonder if it's because Godric has taken her limbs and added it to his large collection, or maybe the Valkyrie is just a big Fullmetal Alchemist fan. On her back, you can also see the cape, and it looks like they kept it as faithful as possible by including the Erdtree design there that we saw in the trailer. Overall, I don't know how much credence we can put towards a promotional statue, but it's good to see the game being marketed internationally regardless. Speaking of though, Geek City is a Brazilian pop culture festival that's taking place online this weekend. And on their schedule for tomorrow, they have a Bandai Namco segment, at which you will learn more about the Dark Pictures Anthology Trilogy games and the long-awaited Elden Ring. It's unclear whether they will present new information or if they'll just go over the stuff we already know, but it is worth noting that they are partnered with Bandai Namco Brazil. Their stream tomorrow starts at 3:30 PM EST, but it doesn't say when the Bandai Namco segment starts at, so the daily update will probably be up later than usual after we see what's presented at the event. I don't have high expectations, but hopefully it turns out similar to the Play event, where we got new screenshots and a look at the day and night cycle. But this time, it'll be in Portuguese, and on Halloween, so make sure you get out your clown costumes. Also, as a final reminder, this weekend is your last chance to sign up for the Elden Ring Network test if you haven't already done so. They will announce the winners on November 8th and 9th, so may the odds be ever in your favor. Anyway, this has been your daily Elden Ring update for October 30th, 2021.